Hey guys, Gretchen here. Celtic symbol 5 for the first attunement. It's going to be the 6 symbols. This one is Eeyur. Eeyur is spelled Eadha, but it is pronounced Eeyur. Eeyur. Um, it is also the symbol for the letter E with the tree agam. So Eeyur is of the white poplar. The white poplar is also known as the European aspen or Populus tremularis. I think that's the Latin name. So this helps you overcome fear, all the fear of the future, fear of responsibilities. It may seem really overwhelming, fear of the path that you should take, fear of individual gifts that we have. Yes, fear of our own gifts. It's like, oh my gosh, this is freaking me out. How do I get past this? This is how to get past this. It's also a shielder. This tree itself is the shield tree. It's a fairy tree, another fairy tree. This one's kind of on par with the rowan tree. This is also a Bach remedy. The Bach remedy is for fear and, let me get to my other notes. There we go. Fear and apprehensions. So it's a really great one with the Reiki symbol. If you take this, the Reiki symbol, the Celtic Reiki symbol ear, and you use it not only as a Reiki symbol in your energy bodies, but then you use the agam, the symbol, on a Bach remedy. Smash it together, that chokurei sandwich. What you got? You got a super powerful Bach remedy, right? Because you're using like all of the things together. You're using the vibrational healing, you're using your Reiki, you're using symbolism, and you're using herbal medicine. So you're using very much earthy healings. So that would be a really great way to really empower that Bach remedy. All right. So it also strengthens our spiritual resolve and gives us the ability to shout down the terrors that when we have with a whisper. Shout down your terrors with a whisper. You'll just be like, done. Which means you'll be more comfortable standing in your own power. You'll have more faith in yourself. You will no longer fear your gifts. You will be utilizing them to a more fuller capacity because when you fear your gifts, you're not using your gifts to their full capacity because you don't have full belief in them. When you fear your gifts, you're just like, did I do that? I don't think I did that. If I did that, it's kind of freaking me out. Oh my God, what the heck is going on? And as you travel down the Reiki path, you're probably finding a lot of your spiritual and energetic gifts are sparking. And you may feel a little crazy. And if you're talking to people that you were hanging out with before you started this journey and they haven't started their own journey and they're still where they were way back there, they're going to tell you you're crazy. They're going to reaffirm that part of you. So you need to talk to people who've gone a little bit further than you or people who are on the same type of path as you. Start letting those other ones go away. Don't be afraid to let them go away. Maybe you use Eeyur to easily allow people who do not grow with you to leave your life. Um, this energy is excellent when the pressure of life gets to be too much and you feel like you just can't deal with the world around you. There's a lot going on in the world today. As healers, we are very sensitive to energies, which means we are very sensitive to energies when we don't want to be, and we're feeling all this energy out there. Ear will help us move beyond that and allow us to reset, go, nope, we're not going to feel this because we know that like vibes bring like vibes. It's the principle of resonance. It's just how the universe works. So we're going to use the ear on ourselves, release all that fear, and imbue it with that great big love vibe and send that back out into the world. And then hopefully that love vibe will start infecting the little fear vibes out there. So ear is a really great one for that. Now I'm going to flip over to the Agam notes because we're doing this kind of as a combo thing with the Agam and the Celtic Reiki. For those of you that pull Celtic Agam runes, time is going to be the autumnal equinox for this. Like I said earlier, it's a shielding tree, shield maker's tree, tree of old age. Elders, wizards, cunning men. I am the shield to every head is its repose. So the poplar is always moving. They dance in and out always. They are constantly talking to the wind, to the universe, to the spirits that be above. When you meditate in the shade of a poplar tree, you'll hear that rustling that, and sometimes it sounds like rain. So you'll hear that beautiful rustling. And if you can't get your mind quiet, you can watch the leaves and listen. And you sit there and you're earthing and you're feeling these vibrations. And then as it's rustling, the light's kind of dabbling in between, which helps you get that meditative state between the other world and this world, right? Kind of in that hertz vibrate between wake and asleep when you're in that great meditative mind. And if you've done any Kundalini yoga before that, you might even go be at the same time notch up to that higher mind and really link into the Akashic records, the Akashic fields. Okay, so this one is a dancing one, a shielding one. So this one is associated with dancing movement because as you move, you can kind of become invisible. You move in and out, and you're just going between things. Dancing gods known all over the world, Shiva and Krishna from the East are well known. I think Shiva is considered the god of dance. And like out of all of the dancing gods, there are other ones in the Celtic, Greek. There's one I think in Brazil too. Pretty sure there's one in Brazil. We did the Latin name, the trembling poplar. The aspen's distinctive canopy has rounded leaves, serrated edges, and pale undersides. They're mounted on flat, laterally flattened stalks. It gives the unique appearance of shimmering or quivering in the wind. Many traditions associate the wind with the voice of spirit. The moving and rustling can give you this if you sit still and listen. Now, trees will lean into those that they like and lean away from people they don't like. They give energy. I would definitely do an exchange, give it some Reiki, say, hey, here you go, and see if it likes that, and then maybe ask if you could sit underneath it and heal from its energies itself as you meditate. And that will really, really help you in your self healings. That would be a beautiful place to do your attunement at, too. I mean, even for, because we're going to do all six, we're going to do the first six in one attunement. I think if you could find a poplar or get some poplar Bach remedy, then that would be really nice to take before your attunement. Aspen crowns have been found in ancient burial mounds. It may be that this ability to transport is part of the reason for this, transporting from this world to the other world. The word aspen literally comes from the Greek word aspis, meaning shield. Celts used to use it to make their shields, combining the physical wood with the spirit properties of the tree itself. This tree is usually a gift from the Fairy Queen. If it is a gift, if you are gifted it from the Fairy Queen, let's see, there was a rhymer who was gifted some, and he would place a leaf underneath his tongue before he spoke to make him more eloquent. The Scottish name is Crithian. It's spelled Critheann. It's spelled Crian. The Gaelic verb is crith. Both of those mean to tremble. The trembling poplar. You should not use this to make fishing or agricultural implements or for in-house construction. The fairy tree is not meant to be used for any of those things. And this is, like we said earlier, one of the fairy trees that's right up there with Rowan. So this tree is one of the trees that Christians have decided is what the crucifix was made of. We've heard also oak and let's see what's really vilified. The holly, the oak, and the poplar tree have been really vilified by Christianity. Nobody knows what the actual tree was made of. I mean, they can say, hey, we think this is this, we think that is that, but like the fact that I just listed 3 trees that they vilified should be a big clue there. So, the poor tree got a bad rep for that. Shielding, what's shielding? To protect, guard, defend, buffer. It's more than just a piece of wood. It is a boundary. It will set a boundary, a distinction. And now I do say, because we are all one, and on an energetic level, that is absolutely 100% true. On a quantum physics base, very, very little creamy chocolate center base, that is 100% true. However, if you cannot distinguish between you and things and you and toxic people, you're going to have a hard time surviving. So this will help you very much distinguish between you and what doesn't belong in your life. It will help you to release the fear to walk away from them. You'll be more okay being alone. You would rather be alone than be with someone who just, jacks up your energies. Like, you don't want to be around someone who uses you for an emotional punching bag. This is like, here, I'm gonna blow, and you're gonna be my dumping ground, but I'm not gonna be there for you. This will help you release them faster. So make sure people bring more than an empty plate to your table. You're worth it. So, knowing self, to know yourself and to know otherness is the other side, and to provide a shield for your head. If you take the Bach remedy and you use it on your crown and your third eye chakra before you do your deep meditations, that will really, really help you not only connect to the other world, the meditative world, the energetic world, especially when you're doing your attunement, but it will allow you to release your fears at the same time and get a much more clear sense of self and allow you to level up a little more. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, I really like this one. Ear. And I'm going to have, you should have seen the symbol at the beginning, and I'm going to have it back here too, but I know that from comments on previous ones, it does get overwritten with video. So it is up in the front as well. If you have any questions, email me. And if you like this video and would like to see more, I'm going to knock out a bunch of Reiki videos coming up. And then I'll be adding sound baths. Oh, I do have a new guided meditation coming out to release trauma bonding. Hopefully I'll get that out this week. Anyway, it's my catch-up week. My schedule is semi-settled this week. If you like all of that jam, please hit that subscribe button for me. And until next day, until next time, namaste and satnam.